Konnichiwa, everyone. I am doing a quick little workshop tour of our cabin in the woods. And that's our house over there. And, well, the gray one actually. The little yellow one is our duck coop. Fully insulated. It's been extremely cold, so they're warm and cozy in there, and they're ducks. But let's see if I can actually back up here and give you a better view. This is our astrological workshop cabin where all the magic happens. And it's actually from British Columbia. Came as a kit and a little small family business, actually. They do a fantastic job. Bavarian Cottages, huge shout out to them. And you assemble it. It was a lot of fun. It'll last forever, and very well insulated, which, like I said, we really need it today. This cabin's fully wired up from the house, although I do have a Wi-Fi signal I can reach from here. But you need it on a day like today when it's so cold. So just a quick tour of the workshop. We have, obviously from Halloween, our daughter studies in here. We have some Halloween chips left over still, and there is a box of cookies in there. Very important, gotta have the snacks. In here, just, your regular office-y type supplies. Got some tech stuff down below. It's not very well organized, but again, just a bunch of crayons and markers in here. Used quite a bit. My bookshelf is fairly eclectic, as you would imagine, but don't be fooled by it. There's a lot on here, and you'd be surprised what I do read, what I don't read. But more importantly, let's just actually show you the proof in the pudding, and that is the books that are the most well worn. Here they are right here. You can tell because they're markedly more well read than anything else. The pages are turned up. There's coffee stains. I can tell you, for example, in one of my main textbooks, so I'm doing anything kind of extremely practical, predictive oriented, and I just need down to earth, real answers. You're not going to get those from transits, by the way, or really any other techniques. The only way to kind of have an astrology that in your toolbox that you can rip out and use and feel confident with at that level, I think anyway, of doing the very, very practical type of astrology. Is the car I'm going to buy a lemon? Am I going to have any problems with the basement in my house? Am I going to enjoy the neighbors in the new house we're buying? Does he love me? Or is this the one forever? Am I going to get rich off this Ponzi scheme? That whole thing. Anyway, I can even tell you by flipping open this book. Here's page 54. It is full of coffee stains and markups and you name it, because it is well used. That's the actual essential dignity table. If you're not using that in your astrology, what the heck are you using? So anyway, this is the Horary textbook by John Frawley. Absolute star. When I work with clients, obviously I teach Huber astrological psychology. I have a whole school dedicated to it. So there it is. I've found that from a psychotherapeutic kind of model, from the psychosynthesis model especially, and looking at the inner motivations of a client, of a person, that hasn't been anything that I found that is can show the patterns of an individual, relate to their human experience, and because it's so simple in terms of its color and shaping and motivation, that you can bring clients into it, show them what's going on as well too, so they're part of the kind of epistemological process. They're not divorced from it. It's not just the big astrologer telling them everything about their lives, revealing the mystery, which of course is impossible to do. We should be happy with getting maybe 4% quote unquote truth to a client. But when it comes to actually working with a client, showing them their patterns, giving them meaningful tools that they can work with and try to find some freedom with, absolutely the Humor method. And I've had this book now for about 10 years. It is well worn as well too, although I must say I did write on the side of the pages in this book a bit more, only because my tutor at the time, John Frawley, told me to. That's why the sides of these books, which are so wide, because we can write in them and what have you. So anyway, that's a habit. Those are the two kind of main books I use. And what else can I show you? Got some others up here. I absolutely love the saints, Saint Teresa of Avila. Sorry, my pronunciation. I can barely speak English, let alone try to get into Spanish. I do speak French, mind you, and a bit of Gaelic, but they're even worse than my English. I love the Old Saints because I think what they've devoted their lives to, and the amount of kind of graceful living and the hard knuckling they've done, questioning their own faith, questioning their relationship with God, questioning their leadership, having complete mental breakdowns. That's what I think. If you spend some time with Saint Teresa, you would quickly throw the rest of your books away from the self-help section of your own private library. And on here, I've got everything from Zen to the Christian Bible. I guess perhaps the next book in here that I've used the most, I'd have to say, Christian Astrology is fairly well worn. William Lilly, absolute necessary if you're going to study horary, in my opinion. And what else can I say? Life Clock. That is the age point system within the Hubers. Extremely powerful system. It's well used as well. Other than that, planets, I actually really like this book. From exactly what it's trying to do, the psychological meaning and working with it, I just found it really practical. Anyway, I could go on forever and ever showcasing all my books. Actually, I'll do this one here as well too. Aspect pattern astrology. The nuts and bolts of Huber would probably be aspect patterns using the 3 charts, the moon node chart, the house chart, and the natal chart, and also age point system that I showed you there through the Life Clock book. And this is a fantastic book. Actually was rewritten because aspect patterns, of course, use colored. We use color in a very kind of scientific way in Huber. And because of the modern kind of printing process over the past few years especially, we have lots of color that we can access now in our books as opposed to the old black and whites that made it a bit more difficult to really feel like you were engaging with the colorful aspect patterns. Okay, that's it. I'll leave it there. Otherwise, I'll just go on talking about my lovely framed artwork that my friend made for me, and another friend knitted for me her crochet work. I love those poppies. But I get a nice kind of view. If it was lighter out, maybe I'll do some daytime videos. I could show you the outside views I get, and nestled in the woods here in the middle of winter. All right, that's all for now. Have a great night.